What's up, everybody? Back here doing another video on this 4150. Done quite a bit of work since the first video, the abandoning 150. Check that out if you haven't seen it. I did some shorts. I've done a little bit of work in this thing in the past couple of days. It's been kind of rainy, crappy out, so I haven't really been able to make any videos on it. But I was making this video today because it's nice and sunny out. I've got the windows taken out, so I've got to fix that. And I'm going to work a little bit on this floor, do a little bit in here, and try to get this to a good place so that I can probably close it up and start really working. I decided to gut it. So let me flip you around here and I'll show you that. So from the last YouTube short I did, I had pretty much everything still in here. The toilet, the cabinetry, and all this stuff was pretty much still in here. I was ripping out that wall, and after some more thorough thinking and looking at everything, I've just kind of ripped everything out because I figured this van has seen its better days. So I've got a bunch of stuff stacked up out there I've got to get rid of. There's the old toilet. I just kind of got everything tossed out right now. And I've been working on pulling up the carpet. A lot of this wood was rotten, especially under that toilet, which is gross, by the way. So I kind of stripped out most of the carpet, and I've been working on that. That little heater there, I've got to figure out how to get it out. This is the 120 to 12 volt converter that basically does, when you plug it into a 30 amp, it can power the 12 volt appliances and also have 120 volts for the plug-ins, which there were a few of those. So just kind of going to work on it today. I'm going to take you guys along with me. I know this thing's a mess, but it's just going to have to be this way until we can get to a good point to really start moving forward. So well, I got it loose, but I'm gonna have to get a wrench to take off this propane line because it's got a curve in it, and it's stuck. So let me get that, and I'll be right back. Got my trusty adjustable wrench. Always gets the job done. This little bugger right here. That's what was holding me back. Alright, let me show you this. Got this heater here, and down here you can see there is a bird's nest of wiring going to this little heater, so I'm not sure what that's all about, but I'm just going to cut it on the pigtail side of the propane heater, get this thing out of here so that I can work a little bit easier in this area. So I don't think that this is getting saved. This is getting trashed, and then probably, like I said, a propane heater or diesel heater from China. Like an eBay diesel heater, get one of those in, and we'll do that later on, but I'm just trying to gut it right now. So cut the 4 little wires in the pigtail, and now it's outside with the rest of the junk. Peace out, propane heater. So now that I got that heater out, I've got to get rid of this seat bracket, and the problem I have right now is that these little bolts right here and there, this is just like a little clasp that goes over this. So I can get this out pretty easy by just cutting those off. But then I've got to get those bolts. So what I did with the last one that was right here is I just grinded the bolt heads off, dropped the bolts down in onto the ground underneath. And the reason I can't get to these is because the secondary fuel tank, this is one of those Fords with the 2 fuel tanks, so it's cool because you can have twice the fuel with the price of gas these days is ridiculous anyways, so chances of that are pretty slim. But there's a fuel tank right here, so I can't get to the bottom of these without dropping that fuel tank. So I'm not about to do all that mess just to get these bolts loose. So I'm just going to cut the heads with the grinder, get rid of this thing, and move on about my merry way. If you don't have one of these tools already, you need to get one. This is an oscillating multi-tool. And for cutting this carpet, I'm using this high carbon steel knife blade. And literally it's just like a sharp knife blade. This thing is awesome for cutting carpet. Alright, well I'm back for day 2, working on this flooring in the van. And yesterday I had to stop because I had to go to bed because I had to wake up at 3 o'clock for work. But I'm back out here today, and I've got it to a pretty good point. I think all I need to do is to maybe remove a couple screws, and then I can break this out here, and we can get this cleaned up real nice. So let's get this going. Well, check that out. Would you look at that? No more floor. Awesome. Now I think the next thing I've got to do is there's some surface rust on some of these spots where the floor was wet. So obviously I'm going to vacuum up all this junk and grind up these areas and then spray paint them and coat them so that it'll look real nice before I put the new floor down. And then we'll be really moving along. That was the hardest part of this whole thing. So let's see what we can get into. Well, I got a bunch of this ground up and hit it with some brown paint just to cover up the exposed metal to protect it before we put the subfloor down. And now we just gotta do some measurements and we can get the subfloor cut and hopefully drop it in once this dries. Alright guys, so we made good progress on this thing today. Got the floor out, ground down some of these spots, and painted it with some brown paint, letting that dry, and I think I'm going to wrap it up on this video. But in the next video, hopefully we can get some subfloor down and get some linoleum or something like that to put down on the top. Get that nice and set in here, and then we can really start moving on this project. So hopefully you guys like this video. If you have any comments, leave them down below. Let me know what your suggestions are, and give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and stay tuned for more on this project. Peace.